Okay, this is it. These are all the parts. So to recap, we have our wall mount, which is very exciting. This attaches to the rear housing. Boom, very exciting. Let's get it out of the way. See ya. Rear housing, battery terminals. These are stamped metal parts. A lot of ribs and connection features and shutoffs for mounting. Cosmetic part with some certification logos and battery door retention features, serial number. Great part, excellent part. Battery door, also cosmetic. This little pocket's formed with a slide. So in the mold, boop, boop, plugs in. Very standard issue snap for the door. Some lifters used right here. That shiny area shows where the metal slid out of the way, and that forms an undercut, and that's what latches into here. Look at us moving along. Let's get that out of the way. This is the keypad cover. A lot of ribs on the inside. Still don't know what these are for, but they're cool. My guess is maybe at some point they were going to do a screw boss or something and screw these in, but I really don't know. There's your keypad, fits right in. Rubber part. A lot of screw bosses here. Screws into some stuff, obviously, with the screw bosses. Let's get those out of the way. We have our panic button, a nice red color. This fits into some key features in this housing. And there's those two little cantilevers that push back and give you a little bit of button clicky force, which I really like. We have our two boards. We have our main board with 4 buttons for the directional pad on the window. Boom, 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 boom. And we have a board-to-board connector, which is used to connect to the keypad, which I will attempt to do without looking. Great. So that allows you that step surface. We have our keys, which are capacitive. So there's 2 rings, and when you press down on the key, you're essentially bridging these combs together with a piece of carbon rubber, and that completes the circuit, so you know which button you're pressing. This also is the battery board, which is pretty smart. So they have 2 terminals soldered on, and then in the other housing you saw we had a metal terminal here, here, and here. So that bridges the gap. Boop, boop, boop. All the power goes through. Very exciting. There's our piezo buzzer for bleeps and blorps. There's our, what I still suspect is a programming header, TBD. And the reason I think that is if you put the housing over it, you have your piezo buzzer holes, and then you have 4 holes there. So you could put a little fixture in, program. Really clever, if that's what it is. If not, they should do that. These nubs are weird. It's a lot of nubs. I got to figure out what the nubs are for. But the nubs correspond to something, and they go in here. So the nubs are confusing me. I don't know about those. Let's move on. Get that out of the way. Screen, most likely off the shelf with a certain connector spec. A window and housing. I think this is a double shot part with a foam gasket. You put your screen in a certain way, which is super important, and I forget which way. Oh, it's probably this way. Yep. Screen's in there. Seals off any dust and debris. You can't really see that there's a masked area. It's really nicely done. And then this bad Larry goes in and screws down. Creates our, ooh, look at those snaps for assembly. I really like that. And then you screw it in. So that's your little sub-assembly. That goes on either side of the main board and snaps in here. Maybe we'll discover what the nubs are for now. Boom. So that gives you some degrees of freedom for front, back, left, and right, but it doesn't allow the screen to come off. Pretty clever. And then these 4 screws here are what get screwed into... Oh, no, they don't. These 4 screws, this white part, is what gets screwed in here. So, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. These nubs are very confusing. But yeah, here we go. That's most of it. Very exciting. One thing I really don't like is we have 5 screw types, which seems like a lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types of screws. Seems like it could have been reduced. It's more just like a nitpicky thing, but that's a lot of fasteners to use on something. of this complexity, in my opinion. It feels a little over-engineered, but it's a nicely designed thing. I still don't know why the capacitive sensing was advertised. I need to double check what they were saying about wakes up when you touch it. I wonder if it's just the screen, when you touch the screen or something. But yeah, I'll take some pictures and put some notes.